Good morning, EBC kids. Welcome to another week of Crosstown. I am so glad that you've decided to join us today. We have been listening and learning and studying about the theme, God takes care of me. That's right. Today is another story about Elijah.
So today we're saying, every day I make choices that honor Jesus.
Let's start things off with a song. So would you stand up and let's sing this one out together.
It's time to play some music. It's Elijah was on the run. After he had killed the wicked prophets of Baal, the evil Queen Jezebel threatened to kill him for all that he had done. King Ahab and Jezebel had wiped out all the other prophets. Elijah was the only one left, so it's safe to say that this was not an empty threat on Jezebel's part. Elijah had called it quits. He ran for his life. He left everyone and everything behind. He eventually came to a broom tree that was all by itself, just like he was. He lay down underneath it and prayed and asked God to take his life, but there was no reply. After Elijah finished praying, he lay down under the broom tree and went to sleep. As he was sleeping, an angel appeared to him and shook him awake. "Get up and eat," the angel said. Elijah looked around, and right beside his head was some nice warm bread, baked on hot stones, and a jar full of water. So Elijah did what the angel said. He ate some bread, drank some water, and then he lay back down. But the angel shook him again and told him to eat more, because Elijah had a long journey ahead of him, and he would surely need the strength. So Elijah ate and drank some more. Elijah went on to travel for 40 days and nights to a place called Mount Sinai, where he found a nice cave to spend the night. While he was there, the Lord said, "What are you doing here, Elijah?" Elijah started talking about how he had served God faithfully, but the people of Israel had done the exact opposite. They were tearing down God's altars and had killed all of God's other prophets. And now they were trying to kill him. God told Elijah to go out onto the mountain and stand before him. Once Elijah was there, standing on the mountain, God passed by him. Suddenly, there was a huge windstorm that hit the mountain. The wind was so strong that it tore rocks right off the side of the mountain. But God wasn't in the wind. Then there was an earthquake. Elijah held on tight as the ground shook. Once it finished, he realized that God wasn't in the earthquake either. After the earthquake, a fire began to blaze around Elijah. But God wasn't in the fire either. That's when Elijah heard it, the sound of a gentle whisper. Elijah quickly wrapped his cloak around his face because he knew that this was God. Elijah stood before God on the mountain, and God asked him again, "What are you doing here?" Elijah's response was the same. He told God about his concerns again. Then God gave him a plan. He told Elijah to go and anoint a new king and a new prophet to take his place. So Elijah went out and found Elisha. King Ahab and Queen Jezebel never were able to kill Elijah. In fact, Elijah never actually died. God brought him directly into heaven, but that's a different story for another time. The end.
Have you ever had headphones in while someone was trying to talk to you? Maybe one of your family members walks in and tries starting a conversation without realizing that you have headphones in, and you have them turned up so loud that you don't even know what's going on until you look up and see someone trying to talk to you. Justin!
What?
Did you hear my story?
Were you talking to me?
Oh, no. No.
Okay.
No, I was just...
Okay.
Sorry. Sorry, I interrupted. We don't hear these people talking to us because there's so much other noise drowning them out. In the story of God speaking to Elijah, we see that when God spoke to him, it was in the form of a gentle whisper. He wasn't in the windstorm. He wasn't in the blazing fire. He wasn't in the rumbling earthquake. God spoke to Elijah in a whisper. Do you think Elijah would have heard God's whisper if he had headphones in? If it was described as a gentle whisper? Probably not. Justice, can you hear this? He can't hear this. You see, sometimes you and I have trouble hearing from God because our lives can be a bit too loud. We have a lot going on. We have video games that we love to play. We have music that we love to listen to. Some of us have phones that are making so much noise all the time. And some of us have busy schedules that are filled with sports. Oh, and then homework as well. Let's not forget about that. And then music lessons from time to time. And it can all get way too loud to ever hear God, who loves to speak in a gentle whisper. Elijah heard God's gentle whisper because he was alone and quiet. He was up on a mountain all by himself. He didn't have a phone. He didn't have a super busy schedule. He wasn't listening to music or playing video games. He was being still and quiet, and he was listening for God. Some of you may be thinking, why doesn't God just yell? It would be so much easier to hear him if he would just yell. But I believe that God likes to speak in a whisper because he's so close to us. Think about it. If I was standing right beside someone and I wanted to tell them something and I leaned right up next to their ear, I wouldn't have to yell. Because I'm so close to them, I can whisper. God whispers because he's so close. And he's so close because of what Jesus did for us. Before Jesus came to the earth and died on the cross for our sins, that sin separated us from God. We could not be close to God because God can't be around sin. He's so holy and so good that for us as sinners, it would be like stepping into the presence of the sun. It would be dangerous. But when Jesus took our sins upon himself, he made a way for us to no longer have to be separated from God. Now, he is closer than ever because when we follow Jesus, we have God's Spirit living on the inside of us. This is why God whispers, because he is so close to us that it would be ridiculous for him to have to yell. This is why we need these intentional moments of silence.